A Bombshell report from Apple reveals the latest form of artificial intelligence technology suffers fundamental limitations that cause a complete accuracy collapse. Researchers at the tech giant published a paper that casts serious doubt on the true potential of the $400 billion AI industry. The team tested two different AI systems. First, a large reasoning model, which is an advanced version of AI, and then a large language model, like ChatGPT. They ran both through a series of puzzle challenges, ranging from simple to complex. The large language model fared better, with fairly standard tasks, but both fell flat when confronting more complex challenges. The researchers found that large reasoning models began reducing their reasoning efforts as they struggled to perform, which they described as particularly concerning. Remember, these new models are meant to be cutting edge, and there's a heap of hype surrounding their revolutionary potential. We spoke to Niusha Shafiabady, who's an Associate Professor of Computational Intelligence at Australian Catholic University and Director of the Women in AI for Social Good Lab. She believes that expecting AI to be a magic wand is a mistake.
One of the things that we have to remember about AI is setting realistic expectations about the AI models. There are some issues because we see the performance, like for example, we ask a question from these large language models and then in an instance an outcome is produced for us and we think it's really perfect, whereas that's not the truth about it. AI is based on some computational mathematical calculations that are coded into the computer, and those are being processed in iterative manner. So it goes into a loop and starts processing. So these two, when they are combined, you can never have the guarantee that everything will work perfectly. And that's where the problems start, specifically when you're dealing with a problem that the system hasn't seen before, or this system was not necessarily created to address that specific problem, or there was no human to look at the outcome of this system and how it has addressed that problem.
Gary Marcus, a leading voice on AI and a 6-time author, delivered a savage analysis of the Apple paper on his popular Substack, describing it as pretty devastating.
Anyone who thinks large language models are a direct route to the artificial generative intelligence that could fundamentally transform society for the good is kidding themselves.
He also declared that the hype around AI has become, quote, a giant game of bait and switch.
The bait? We are going to make an AI that can solve any problem a human expert could solve. It's going to transform the whole world. The switch? What we have actually made is fun and kind of amazing in its own way, but rarely reliable and often makes mistakes. But ordinary people make mistakes too.
These findings suggest that the advancement of AI, based on current approaches, might have reached its limit, for now at least.